Hello everyone. In this hopefully short session, I'm not sure if it's going to be short. If it's too long for you, please turn it off. You don't have to watch it. I am going to respond to a very mean, nasty comment from a person that identifies herself as a very conservative, Republican, right-wing oriented, okay? This individual. And it's good. The reason I want to do this publicly, it's not because I want to go ahead and spend the time and waste the time and respond to all these trolls and people who are ignorant. And these are truly people who are ridden by self-hatred and ignorance, and they have no common sense. But the reason I'm doing this session is this, okay? After my last video, I got so many comments from people saying, and these are people from the left, some of them really good people, some of them not so good people, and some of them awful, okay? All sorts of people saying, how come you're picking on the left all the time? You're being biased. I haven't heard you criticize anything from the other side. Are you saying that it's only the left or extreme left that is inflicted by this awful lack of common sense, extremism, ignorance? Is that what you're saying? And as I have made it clear, as my record has always shown, I am nonpartisan, I'm independent, and I am known, have been known as a person who, when it's warranted, when the cause warrants, whatever is the cause that has to do with liberties, I go and I tear apart whatever it is, whoever it is, whatever political orientation from, whatever political party is attached to, I do not distinguish. That's one of the reasons I'm not one of those uber popular people, because in order to be uber popular person, you have to pick a side. You know, it's a team game, it's a team business. You know, you have to be on the talk shows with the right, extreme right, or you have to be on the talk shows and the media platform of the extreme left. Ooh boy, if you are neither, if you're just driven by common sense, if you're objective, if you're nonpartisan, that's when you don't have a home. And I am with people who are supporting me. I'm with the other politically, in a way, politically homeless people, because we are independent, we are objective, and we are not blinded and driven. Every action, every move, every message we give through this one lens only. Life doesn't work that way. Politics doesn't work that way. Science doesn't work that way. Nothing works that way. But hey, that's not the reality of the things. The reality of the thing is this. You have to take a team. You have to pick a team, be on that team, and bash the other one, and always say praise, hooray, cheers to the one that you're siding with. I'm not that. So with that, I'm going to start with a disclaimer, okay? Here's a disclaimer, because this has to do with immigration. Now, two disclaimers I'm going to put in here. Number one, I am against illegal immigration. That is like the most outrageous, insane thing, not only for this country, for any country in this world. If you're going to have illegal immigration, and if it's okay, why have borders, okay? That makes borders smooth. Plus, it just goes against national sovereignty, okay? If you want to say illegal immigrants, let them come in, let them pour in, then go ahead at the same time, for those people who are saying that, this is insane, crazy, go ahead and take away the borders. Why have borders? Why have borders if you're going to let anyone who wants to just walk in or fly into your country or arrive by some sort of a boat or ship or cruise ship or whatever it is? So that is one disclaimer. I am against the illegal immigration, whether it's here or anywhere else in the world. I think it's every nation's, one of their top priorities should be protecting their borders, okay? There are people of that country, and then there are people who are given permission to come and live in that country. Have I made myself clear? Because I just wanted to preempt those people who are going to come and say, Sibel is pro-illegal immigration. I am not, I'm against it. Understood? All right, now, my second disclaimer, and I'm not ashamed, and I'm going to go ahead and put it forward, and I'm going to share it with all of you, and it's going to remain on record. It's not going to be like those wishy-washy politicians who say something, 2 weeks later they change, and when you say, hey, but you said this, they say, I don't recall. That's not going to happen here, folks. I actually am pro good selective, nicely put in place, fair immigration policy, allowing, at least for this country, good people from around the world, okay? People who are not criminal, people who are not, good people who deserve to be here. People whose track record says, hey, this person is going to be a good fit to be here and in this country, okay? And I want it to be based on fair doctrine as well. Without that, this country will not remain what it is today, okay? It won't. And I'm going to explain to you all that as I'm responding to this. She identifies herself as MAGA, ultra-conservative Republican, okay? In one of my videos, since I came back to the United States, I just joked around, not like a ha-ha joke. I said, hey, I feel like a refugee. My home state is Oregon, okay? I'm in Florida. My house, my car, they're all in Oregon. I'm here in Florida because I don't want to be in Oregon under a crazy governor who is fascistic and has declared lockdown and is just going crazy, batshit crazy with all this COVID hysteria. Now, I identified myself as a refugee. In fact, that has become some kind of a joke here. The other day, I met this nice lady and she said, oh, I'm from New Jersey, but we just moved here. We're not gonna go back to New Jersey. I said, oh, so you're a refugee like me. You're a refugee from New Jersey. I said, I'm a refugee from Oregon. Okay, all right, so that was my comment. Now this lady, it's just gonna be hard to call someone lady. I'm trying to be polite, but woman would be polite as well. Let's not call her a lady. She did it several times. She posted it as a comment, and then I saw it coming through Twitter as well. She said, in our country, we don't need goddamn immigrants no more. Go back to your home. Why are you coming? Why would they even allow you? She thought I was a foreigner, and a lot of people from that segment, they usually pronounce it as foreigner or goddamn foreigners, okay? That's how they pronounce it, so that I go on record with that. She was bashing me for being a low, despicable, disgusting immigrant coming to this country, okay? Because I said, hey, I'm a refugee, and I'm a refugee from Oregon. I really am, okay? And it was a very nasty, ignorant, and you can just read through the whole thing. It just reeks with ignorance. It reeks with hatred. I told you, self-hatred mainly. These are the people who deservedly are called the despicable, racist, sexist, whatever it is. Anyhow, now, I have a message for people like that. As I said, I am not for illegal immigration. I think that is insane, that is disgusting, it should stop, it should never be allowed. On the other hand, legal immigration is fine. But why this country is such a special place and is being kept so much more special and different than the rest of the world. And I know the rest of the world is gonna hate me now, but it's true. At least that's my personal opinion. In my humble opinion, is because of this mix we have. And then we have newcomers who come in here. And what happens, and I'm gonna give you a little bit of my own story as well, they come with this hunger for liberties. They come with this fresh, energetic appreciation for the Constitution of this country, or at least many of them. They come with this beautiful, driven work ethics because they come here to make it. They are so suffocated by other nations' government red tape, whatever, so whether they are economically really in a pathetic position, or because they have become such a welfare society in the wrong way. Welfare, not all welfare is bad. They come with appreciation, they have the drive, they work 70, 80 hours, they come, they want to make that dream come true. They want to be able to own their own little house. They want to have that little car. They want their kids to be able to go to the university or the college or the trade school of their choice. They come with that passion, with that fresh energy. While, and I'm going to say it, and if you're going to be offended, turn off, don't come back here. We have so many people in this country, unfortunately, that get so lazy and ignorant they don't have any appreciation of the liberties, okay, and certain rights offered in this country thanks to its constitution and its small, short period history, okay, that they don't appreciate it. They don't have the relativity. Most of these people have never owned any passports. They've never set foot outside this country. Or if they go to Cancun, they think they have been outside the country and they have become international. Some of them even consider Hawaii to be a different country. So anyhow, I'm not making fun of these people. I'm just stating the facts, right? They don't have relativity, so they take it for granted. They have become lazy ass, okay? They think some elected representative is gonna solve all their problems. All those amendments, First Amendments, whatever, they are those things thrown in that Bill of Rights. It's given, they were born into it, and it's here. That's number one. Number two, and I refer to them, these people who are too good to work, okay? I have met so many of these people, all right? They are the people who say, I'd rather get an $800 or $1,000 check for unemployment than go and scrub floors and clean this or drive taxi at night and make $2,000 and feed my family. You know why? Because I went to college. I'm too good to do that. Even if it's temporary, I'm too good to do that. So I'm going to sit on my lazy ass and I'm going to collect a check because my pride gets hurt. I went to college. I have a college degree. Hey, you know, I ain't going to go and scrub no floor. I'm too good for that. Well, you know what? A lot of immigrants coming here, and I have met so many of them, okay? I was an immigrant 32 years ago, 33 years ago when I came to this country. They do what it takes to get there. When it's needed, they do anything and everything because that's what I refer to as work ethic and being driven. I know people who have come here from Lebanon or from some other countries and they have PhDs, you know, or they're an engineer, chemical engineer from their country. But when you first come here as an immigrant and you're going through your residency and everything, you're not allowed to practice. You have to get those degrees verified, okay, certified, so that you're granted the right to work as an engineer here or as a doctor, especially if you're a medical doctor, you have to go through some tests, okay? Those are requirements. A lot of those requirements are good. They are sound. But then they go through this in-between period, right? Until they obtain that, they drive taxis at night. Legally, they have work permit, but they can't work as an engineer. They go and they scrub floors. They handle 3 jobs. They work 80 hours because they are fresh. They are immigrants. They haven't come here and gotten to be one of those lazy asses saying, "Yo, man, I'm an engineer. Look at me. In my country, I had 2 cars or whatever, or this thing, and I was a respected doctor. I'm not going to drive taxi at night. Hey, that's beneath me." That mentality, I see it here. There are those people who have that. Now, I'm going to go back to this woman who called me the goddamn foreigner, refugee, immigrant, that we ain't got no need for you immigrants. Go back home. Okay. I want to tell you something if you're watching this. As this immigrant who came here and got naturalized, I was not born here. I was 18 when I got here. And I got my degrees and I got blah, blah, and all the stuff. I was out there as an immigrant who became naturalized here, walking the halls of Congress, defending this nation's constitution. Your First Amendment right, our First Amendment right. I worked on it 85, 90 hours a week, and I didn't even get paid for it because I was doing it because of my convictions. I was doing it because I have come from countries that didn't have anything that even resembles this Constitution. So I valued it. And I took my oath seriously. You see, you didn't take any oath. Somebody popped you. Somebody popped you and you came to this world, and by default, you had some constitutional right, not because you earned it, not because you deserve it, not because you worked for it. No, it was one of those privileges you earned and you don't even have appreciation for it probably, okay? No, I didn't have it that way. I came, I appreciated, and I chose to become a citizen. I chose it. I could have had my life. I have a wealthy family in Turkey. No, I wanted to be here and have this Constitution applied to me and defend this Constitution, okay? So while probably you were sitting on some sofa and watching some reality show, eating something called mint jelly salad, I mean, it's an oxymoron, but let's say that, or drinking your six-pack, I was out there together with some other patriots, okay, together with some other liberty-loving people, and I was fighting, putting my life, putting my whole everything on the line here, trying to defend the Constitution of this country. That's what we are supposed to be doing, all of us. That is the number one requirement of being a United States citizen. You have to put Constitution before the corrupt, pedophile, despicable, crooked politicians or parties or whatever. It's supposed to come before anything and everything that you can think of. If you truly are an American citizen, if you're a real American, you don't sit on the sofa and stuff your mouth with the mint jelly salad and then call immigrants who come here and work their butt off to defend and to protect your Constitution, okay? That's not what you do, but you can't understand that. And I am not going to insult your IQ, and I know there are other people like you, okay? It is not being conservative, Republican, to be loaded with hate and ignorance, okay? And to come and call people like me goddamn foreigners who should go back to their own goddamn country, okay? You're not a conservative, you're trash. I mean, trash, I mean garbage. I'm not cussing because trash as a word is not a cuss. The other day, there was a parade somewhere here in Florida where I am, and in support of Trump. And there were some really good families. There were all people from all walks of life who consider themselves conservative, Republican, and they were showing their support for their party, for their president, okay? There was this one young lady there, one young woman, I don't want to call lady, that would be totally misrepresentation of the situation here. There was this one woman here who was wearing basically almost topless and a tan color, like your skin color bikini, and she was bent over. She was shaking her butt with everything showing, including the hole, and she was waving the American flag and saying MAGA, MAGA, Trump. Now, I turned around and I asked a conservative friend, I said, I ain't finding nothing conservative about this woman. Do you? She said, God, no, that's white trash, okay? There's a difference. So if there is this mainstream media outlet there, and there were some, I'm sure they wouldn't show the clean-cut, decent, you know, people who are modestly dressed, Americans with their kids, you know, doing the right thing, supporting their political party, whatever political party it is. But you know what they did? They zoomed in on this, this creature, trash, who had her ass up in the air, shaking it in front of people with family and children and showing her butthole, waving American flag and saying, MAGA, MAGA, MAGA. Okay, now I'm asking my conservative audience, do you find anything conservative about that? Because there were those in the tank top shorts guys with their 7th or 8th Budweiser who were saying, yeah, dude, go for it, girl, we are MAGA. That's not being conservative. If that's what republicanism is about, of course, I can see the left attacking it, but they are misrepresenting it. And I think it should be mostly up to the real conservatives to put a stop to nonsense like that. You get whores and trash coming and do that, and the mainstream media hating you anyway, zero in on these people, the trash. Everybody, the people who don't know, they're gonna think that's what conservatism look like, okay? The guys, the rednecks who are wearing the tank tops, drinking the beer and saying, yo, go baby, MAGA. That's not conservative. Ain't nothing conservative about that. Same thing with the left. Same thing with the left, okay? They are good, decent people who identify with the left. I have nothing against them. I have all the respect for them, right? All the respect in the world. But then there are those extremist left-wing is ignorant ones. The ones who want this lockdown. The ones who say we need to have all the borders up and have all the illegal immigrants come to this country. The ones who say we gotta be more like EU. Let's make the working hours down to 32, okay? Let's make the minimum wage $150 per hour. Let's not work and make money, okay? Those people are ignorant, okay? They are extremists. In fact, there are some people on the left who don't want to even consider those people the left. Hey, I mean, there are people on the left who say, oh my God, what is going on to our party? Look at Hillary Clinton, look at this jerk Biden, look at these people. They don't represent us. The neoliberals are exploiting some of the good people on the good part of the left, the same way the neoconservatives during the Bush-Cheney administration exploited the ignorant ones on the extreme right, because the things that these people were practicing had nothing to do with conservatism or republicanism during Cheney and Bush. They were neoconservatives who exploited the party and exploited the ignorant, stupid ones. Well, they have the ignorant, stupid ones on the left too. Then there is the rest of us, people with common sense. Back to this woman. You gained the right to live in this country and be covered by the Constitution. I don't believe because you deserved it. I don't believe because you earned it. I don't believe it's something that people like you in any way would deserve it. But hey, you know, there's nothing I can do. If I could, it's a good thing maybe that I'm not running for office. I would have seen into it that people like you would be put in some sort of big boats or something and sent somewhere else. Go to some third world country. Hate foreigners, okay, hate this race or that race. Use that kind of ignorant, stupid language, okay? And be ignorant and bask in it, okay? You're gonna actually bask in it so much, but you guys are full of hate. And I remain true to myself. I want to remain forever true to my Constitution. I want to remain, and I'm going to remain true to the country that I call home, okay? And knowing that, having lived in so many different countries, knowing that nothing in this world comes free. Nothing. Nothing has ever, and nothing will ever. To have things, you want liberties, you gotta work. You gotta work your butt for it. You really have to have the conviction and you have to fight for it, no matter how exhausted, how cynical, how jaded you get. I get jaded too sometimes. But hey, I'm still standing after 18 years, and I probably will when I have this cane in my hand, and I will be one of those, you know, proud grandmas for liberties here and stand here. And based on everything I see, whether it's this survey or that survey, maybe 1/3 of our country, 1/3 of the United States is that way. And that's so much more than the rest of the world put together. Because as I said, where I came from, there was not one person, one doctor, one activist saying, hey, what happens to our liberties? Hey, what happens to our rights? We have it in this country. Thank God that we still have it, despite so many people like this woman, lazy-ass people who have been contributing to its destruction. But thanks to that 1/3, let's keep the 1/3 alive. Let's not become idle and lazy. Let's fight for it. Let's work for it. Don't listen to these trolls. Don't let people discourage you. And if you want to support this video series that are public, because I'm going to go back putting more and more videos on my Newsbud and Patreon exclusive, they're going to be behind paywalls. These videos, in order for me to take the time, instead of going out there working somewhere, sitting here and preparing these videos, some wonderful, awake, common sense, generous people have been sponsoring it by $1 a month, 50 cents a month, 1 penny a month, $5 a month through my Patreon account, through my Newsbud subscription. Please do your share if you can. We are going through this really, truly hard time with unemployment and crashing economy. But if you can, please do that. And that way you let me know if you want to have this ongoing discussions. unprompted, unedited, no teleprompter, no notes. Here it is. It's my phone somewhere around here. Is my coffee that I really need, and I love it, and I'm not going to give it up. I don't care what people say. And I will be with you soon. Many thanks for your support. I will provide the link to my Patreon account here, and if you can, take the time. It takes less than 30 seconds. Go there, do your share, and I'll be with you soon. Have a good one. Let's continue.